Yeah, good everyone. So in this video we are going to be talking about Laravel with AI, how we can integrate or how we can use AI models with Laravel framework. Laravel is just far beyond a native framework now, or a PHP framework. It's now allows users or developers to actually use different AI models with their backend instead of just relying on database, static data from database, or just database to give out responses in APIs. So now you can integrate AI models inside your Laravel application to give out more dynamic data in your responses, or to build more smarter applications, backend applications, or full stack applications. But in this tutorial video, we'll be focusing on backend and API, how to use AI models and return smart responses. So yeah, we'll be using a fresh Laravel project here, no database data, and we are going to be prompting we're going to be sending requests from these different endpoints, and you are going to be getting dynamic responses powered by AI. Sorry, I'm not using a very powerful AI model, so it might not be really that fast. And this is running for my local. Yeah. So here you can see a prompt on plan a 3 days weekend itinerary in Paris for 2 adults, and you can see the response. Absolutely, Paris, fantastic destination, and with different itineraries, plan different destination. Checking into your hotel or accommodation, breakfast at this cafe, and just different responses. Let's try another one out here. Suggest place to visit for in Lagos for family vacation, and yeah, you get responses giving suggestion of places I can visit in Lagos, and all these are working without this application being connected to any database. It's pulling it directly live from live models, real-time data, real data that can be used here. Places I can visit: Lekki Conservation Center, a beautiful nature reserve, and yeah, just read it. And I could all do this with PHP Laravel and model. So now we can build a smarter applications using PHP Laravel with AI integration. So and let's just see how we can do that. It's so pretty straightforward. Nothing really complex. You are not building the models from scratch. You are just using existing models, and you are building a smarter application. Yeah, so let's get directly into it. So firstly, this is my Laravel application. This is just pure Laravel 12x, nothing special about it. Just the normal Laravel, Laravel 12x, and I have some packages installed. You need PHP 8 plus. Let me open the doc. So PHP 8.2 higher, you need your composer. For this documentation, you can use any REST client. I'm using Postman. You can use anything like any of these Postman, Insomnia, or Thunder client to test out your API, and you need an API key from different API provider. I'm using OpenAI key here. I use Gemini key or Oppo router and lots more. Here we have Oppo router. Yeah, I'm actually using OpenAI. So you just come to your API keys and you see your key. You come to your billing, fund your wallet. So you can actually use different keys. So once you have those stuff set, you should be good to go. Come in. Let's see. Yes. So now, firstly, you'd need to set up your new Laravel application, and after you set up your new Laravel application, you install this package. Laravel PHP Laravel 12 doesn't come with API.php and the whole connection. Instead of you doing it manually, you can just use this command, and it's going to set up your API.php, your routes. It's going to like set up this route for you, and yeah, from there you can pick it up. So I will not be going fully in depth into the Laravel aspect of it. I was speaking more about the AI aspect, how you can connect your AI, you can set it up. So firstly, here I have a controller here and connected to a method called as in an assistant controller. So we have a controller. The controller is communicating with a service, AI service that I created. So let's just go into that service, AI service. Yeah, so here's a radio. So the AI service is what connects to the model. This is where we do all necessary configuration. This is where we state the kind of model we want to use by getting that model name for the config, or maybe passing a default value. Also giving it a system prompt. So this system prompt is like giving your AI an hint or idea of what the project you're trying to do is all about, so that the responses it will be giving you. Let's go to our config. Let's see. You can see system prompt here. You can add a prompt from env, or you give it a file. This is specialized travel planning AI assistance for Laravel travel API. Just put your keywords here. This would also guide the AI to determine the kind of responses it will give you. The model you would like to use, the service URL depends on the provider you're using. They would you check that doc, there is always a service URL provided by different providers. This is open router service URL. Let me show you the one for the OpenAI I'm using. This is one for the OpenAI that I'm currently using. Then you pass in your API key and the model name you want to use. There are different models for different purpose. Yeah, we have different model for different purpose. If we go to their doc, so I'll be careful around here so I don't. Yeah, so you will see different models. Yeah, you see there are different models for actually different purpose. If you come to that doc, you can have more information. You want to do image vision, audio and speech, text generation. Yeah, so and you will see different body data, how the body data are being formed, and how you can um get different responses that you want to get. But yeah, this tutorial video is just focusing on introduction to it, how the connection works. So after you set your AI service API key, AI service URL, AI service model here, then you those are being called in your config. Yeah, you have it being called through your config here, and here you can use it directly in your service. So the service is more like a reusable code that we can use. So instead of every time that I want to call the AI model, instead of like making an HTTP request to the AI model, like writing this code repeatedly, the service can just handle it for you every time. Then you pass your prompt to here as a param. You pass it anytime you call the method, and yeah, you just get your response back from here. Sorry, you get a response back from here, and you can use that response directly in your controller. You can use it to make a decision. You can store it in your DB. You can return it directly back to the client and you can process it. Yeah, but we are not going in depth into how using Laravel and anything. If you look at this project, let me show you. This project is connected to this database, and yeah, this database, you can see that, yeah, I don't really have anything in the database. It's just everything directly from the AI. So now let's get to it. Let's have more details. So firstly, when your request come in through the API, it goes to this method. You get the question. Once the question comes here, then this goes directly into the AI service to process it, and you pass in the question from the validated data. And then here, what I'm just doing is printing out the response that is gotten from this AI service. Then yeah, we're good. So pretty straightforward. So one thing I want you to take note is you can use different models. Yes, you can use different models as you like. This is where the model is being passed. So you just set this value um in your env, and if you want to be passing a dynamic, if you want the model to be dynamic, you can also pass that always while you're trying to call the service from your controller. So you can also do that too. So that is it mainly concerning this. So yeah, instead of calling it from this, so you can also pass it as a, you can also pass it every time you want to call the, if you want to use different model in different controllers, yeah, you can always pass it anytime you're trying to call the service instead of like getting it through the config. So yeah, this part is also very important. The URL depends on the kind of, so here you can see that the URL that is here is open router. I was using open router before for testing this project, but I later switched to OpenAI because I ran out of credit on my open router. But yeah, I just had to switch to a lower model on the Open AI just for this purpose of this video. Yeah, so that's just it concerning the whole setup. Just pretty straightforward. Once you have the service set up, you can just start prompting the AI, just be modifying it as you proceed to fit in what you want to achieve. So with this now, you can successfully start building smart applications using Laravel with AI. So here we also have what is the best time of the year for a budget-friendly safari in Kenya, blah, blah. So you just, once I send these prompts, it works with the AI model, and it gets me a response, a real-time response. The best time for budget in Kenya is during the low season, which typically runs from March to May, and again in November. During this month, you can find low accommodation rates, fewer tourists. You can see how I'm building smart applications. Unlike before, whereby backend developers can only give out API responses only based on what is in the database. You can't like give out this kind of data from a database unless you've studied it before, and the responses are going to be like same every time. So, but with AI, with connecting AI models with your Laravel application right now, you can give smart responses, faster responses using AI, and yeah, you can build smart applications. Yeah, I think this is a great beginning for people that want to actually start their journey with PHP Laravel, using building smart application using PHP Laravel. Once you have all this set up, you can just start building your blocks on it. Yeah, thanks for watching.